Question is maximum side length of a square with sum less than or equal to the given threshold value. So we have been given an m cross n matrix and an integer threshold. Return the maximum side length of a square. Maximum side length of a square with a sum less than or equal to the threshold value, or return 0 if there is no such a square. Okay, so we have to return the side of the square whose all the elements sum in that square is less than or equal to the threshold value. So let's try to code this. So let's first take out the length of the matrix. M is equal to len of mat, and n is equal to len of mat 0. Now let's try to calculate the prefix sum. So we can, when we want to fetch that, we can get that in big O 1 complexity. So let's try to calculate that. So prefix is equal to 0 for I in range, 0 for I in range n. Let's create it as one more row, one more column, so that we can store 0 as the first row and whole 0 as the first column. So like this, then for I in range m plus 1. Now let's calculate the prefix sum. So for I in range, as we have assigned one extra row and column, so that will be the 0th row and 0th column. So we will start from first. For I in range 1 to m plus 1, for j in range 1 to n plus 1. Then the prefix of ij is equal to, first we will take the sum of the matrix at I minus 1 and j minus 1. Then we will simply add the prefix at I minus 1 and j. Similarly add the prefix at I j minus 1, and as we are calculating pre I minus 1 j minus 1 twice, so we have to subtract that one. So minus pre of I minus 1 and j minus 1. Now we can simply use the binary search here. From length of 1 to the length of k. K is the length of the r square side. So left is equal to 0. Right, what will be the maximum square side we can get is minimum of row and column. So right is equal to minimum of row and column, and let's set answer is equal to 0. So now we will be using binary search. So while left is less than equal to right, we calculate the mid is equal to sum of both left plus right double divided by 2. And if we will create a function check that will check the sum of the elements of that square is less than or equal to threshold. So if check of mid, we will simply store mid in the answer and increment left is equal to mid plus 1. We will move the right side, we will move towards right side, so that we can check if any other side has square area less than equal to threshold and side value is more than the previous one. Else what we will do, else simply right is equal to mid minus 1, and at last we can return the answer. Now the only thing left is, let's create this check function. So define check, give it the input the side of the square. Now for simply we will run a loop for I in range m minus k plus 1, for j in range n minus k plus 1. So we will use the prefix sum to find the total sum of that particular square. So total is equal to nothing but pre at that side length plus square side. Okay, now we have taken the sum. Now we will subtract the others which are extra, like pre of I and j plus k. Similarly, we will subtract pre at I plus kj, and we will add the prefix at ij. Okay, now we can simply check if total is less than equal to threshold, given threshold, we can simply return true. Else if we can't find anything, so we can return false. Now I think this should work. Let's try to run the code. Yeah, so code has passed successfully. Let's try to submit this. Yeah, so our code has passed successfully. Thank you.